Hey there, Tundra Nation, and welcome back to the channel. Today on Tundra Tactical, we're back with the hammer of judgment to bring justice to the TikTok and 2A community. There is so much failure in this video, I may end up breaking my desk. So sit back, grab that Elmer's wood glue, and let's start the show. Tell me you have no grip strength without telling me you have no grip strength. Our first case is clearly suffering from delusions, thinking that purchasing a poop emoji brown tactical t-shirt and Quick Trip knockoff Ray-Bans makes you capable of handling any firearm. Pro tip there, bud, there are no such thing as tactical jorts, and I don't care what the guy at the 511 store said. All the creatine in the world doesn't help if you aren't hitting the gym, and no, your nocturnal shake weight exercises do not count.
Shaking with excitement.
I genuinely want to be merciful here, but ladies and gentlemen, we don't deal in mercy, we deal in justice. One-handing a shotgun with a shockwave style grip is a disaster in a can, and it looks like you bought a whole case of it. Tactical jort guy, I'm not insulting you, I'm describing you, but I get why it feels to be about the same thing. For crimes against style and common sense, I judge you in need of some gym time, but you're banned from doing the clean and jerk. Our next case highlights the elite training of the irregular forces of Somewhereistan. Oh, that's classic. 3 rounds out of that dishka and we get to see a tier 1 faceplant. Faceplant guy, don't be ashamed of who you are. That's your parents' job. Speaking of jobs, machine gunner, well, it just might not be the best one for you. Perhaps something more your speed, like coloring inside the lines or playing with rocks. Actually, you know what? Okay, maybe rocks might be a little too dangerous for this guy. Let's just give him foam balls. You promise not to eat him though? The good news is if genius skips a generation, your children are gonna be brilliant.
I'm trying to be a sensitive father, you unwanted moron!
Now our next TikTok gun fail defendant hails from Japan, but given his command of what appears to be the Force, perhaps he's from a galaxy far, far away. Good God, this looks more fake than Nicki Minaj's backside with all the choreography of a North Korean K-pop boy band performing Dear Leader, while their families are guests of the state. After taking out the guy in blue, he turns his back for a full 3 seconds on the other attacker holding a rifle. Fortunately, the Metamucil kicks in, allowing Grandmaster Grandpa to remember there is another attacker, and he yanks the gun away from his would-be assailants. Wow.
Get off my lawn.
For crimes against the internet and common sense, I judge our nonagenarian ninja a knockoff Mr. Miyagi and sentence him to wax on off right out of here. In our next case, we meet Suburbia's answer to 50 Cent. Let me introduce you to Wooden Nickel. If Nickel here had a cologne, it would smell like BO and hot dog water, which is disgusting. Nothing like violating almost every single rule of gun safety while posting for the gram, am I right? Nickel here is from the hardcore gated streets of Highland Park, where he and the boys, that's boys with a Z, run the streets. No lemonade stand, ice cream truck, or garage sale happens unless they get a piece of the action. Gee, Mrs. Johnson, little Sally sure has a nice lemonade stand. It would be a shame if something happened to it. That's what Nickel says right before he pieces out on his pair of Heelys. For crimes against quality tattooing and adding unauthorized holes to your mom's guest bathroom, Nickel, I sentence you a year without Axe body spray, and you will help Sally set up her lemonade stand for the rest of the summer. If you enjoy an ice cold lemonade on a hot summer day, you should hit that like button. It'll help keep our videos fresh and sour, just the way you like them. Our next case will probably sit right next to our previous TikToker in the gifted class at the local charter school, showing all the gun handling skills of an untrained child soldier who's been chewing cot all day, and kids do not chew cot all day. Our wannabe gangster is about to have what we in the business call a negligent discharge. buddy, congrats on learning how to impromptu bump fire an AK. Too bad you're never going to be able to do it again because your dad will never let you anywhere near his guns again. People like you are the reason why the rest of us are forced to live in a world where shampoo bottles need instructions.
Why are you the way that you are?
But here is the best part right at the end. Let me replay it for you. Here we can see his brain's transmissions going from gangsta speak to that tone of voice a person uses when they try to explain how they just shaved off one of their eyebrows. For crimes against education and the English language, I sentence our gangster friend Zero Pac Salt Shaker, that's supposed to rhyme with Tupac Shakur, to show this video on every first date for the rest of his life. And he needs to get a summer apprenticeship learning drywall so he can fix the holes in the family basement.
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
What's better than owning a machine gun and taking it to the range? Why, I guess that would be including your family and friends in the fun, of course. No, what did that poor Gator four-wheeler ever do to you? Even worse, I'm pretty sure that orange mist we see in the background is an innocent Coleman cooler who will never see another fishing trip again. Can we get a moment of silence for the cooler? I'm not going to attack the young kid for losing control of a machine gun, and interestingly enough, we're going to leave the adult supervision alone as well. All I can say is Mr. Rogers would be very disappointed in you. Given you've already lost a gator and a cooler, which in the South means your employer is legally required to give you 2 weeks bereavement leave, I'm inclined to go easy on you. Your sentence is a family trip to see the in-laws in Orlando because your wife says you know why. That put a hole in my desk again, didn't it?
Yep.
We keep the property damage train running with our next clip. Not to ruin what's about to happen, but when you make this face at the range, you know you messed up. Pause the video and take a guess at what's about to happen in the comments below. If you get it right, I'll give you a crisp high five. Maybe. I'm not contractually obligated to give any high fives of any kind, especially the crisp variety. Oh my God, okay. When debris starts falling from the ceiling, here's a pro tip from me, the former range officer. Stop pulling the trigger! Your British accent tells me you probably don't have a lot of experience with firearms. That, of course, is the fault of the English crown. It's not your own fault you were born British, but there must be consequences. I sentence you to an urban tactical rifle course at Thunder Ranch, where the mild-mannered Clint Smith will teach you how to handle a rifle in a polite and totally non-absolute American manner. Fortunately for you, you're British, so you have access to free mental health care and counseling when you get back home. Speaking of the British, whoo-wee, that absolute way too loud noise that magazine makes when it hits the concrete. I'd honestly have just laid down in the street and faked a heart attack.
Oh, call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me.
Thank goodness it's 2023, or that poor soldier would have been locked in the Tower of Sauron and forced to eat blood sausage. What? Yeah, of course blood sausage isn't real. It's a silly name. Oh, it's the Tower of London. Yeah, the Brits are weird. Time for judgment. Mr. Magazine Dropper, you get time served. What can I say about your lineage that your sergeant already hasn't said in a louder voice while you clean the platoon's bathrooms with a toothbrush? But also, I'm going to judge this guy, Mr. Magazine Picker-Upper, as a true man of genius because without him, the whole unit would still be getting smoked to this very day. After all this failing, I think I need a Plenzit palette? A palette cleanser. A Plenzit cleanser. That sounds like a Star Trek device. A Plenzit cleanser. After all this failing, I'm thinking I'm gonna need a palate cleanser. Something that reminds me that there is actually justice in the world that doesn't just exist in this hammer. Like this clip out of what I can only assume to be the suburb of a rebel base on Hoth. known as Michigan. Looks like somebody went to the Clint Eastwood School of Community Relations. I know porch pirates are the worst. Heck, they make telemarketers and timeshare salespeople seem popular, and I guess our neighborhood old man has just had enough. Depending on your state, this may be a legally questionable use of a firearm, but don't take legal advice from me. I am not a lawyer, mainly because I like puppies and have a sense of shame. Have I been a fair judge? What sentences would you have given these gun fails? Let me know in the comments down below right after you hit that like button. Join us next time when we still don't know what the heck we're doing. Bye-bye.